What's up, everybody? How we doing? StopMe Project, episode 10, moving right along. It is Wednesday, January 23rd. What's going on, Jim? How you doing?
Good, Rich. How are you, buddy?
Can't complain, hanging in there. It's a little overcast today, but still out running in shorts and t-shirts, so it's a good day.
Yeah, I've been going about for some living in Minnesota just to take that overcast sky.
Yeah, I am. I'm certainly not complaining by any means. It was a little humid up on the beach this morning, but I'll take humid in shorts and a t-shirt over 10 below any day of the week.
Yeah, I took the dog up to the beach for a run yesterday, and afterwards I had to get the ice cubes out of the pool.
Oh man, you guys got some snow on Sunday night, right, or Monday?
Yeah, I guess it was Sunday, or no, Monday or Tuesday, because I was coming home from kids. I guess it was Monday, and not that bad, but enough to remind you that you're living on the East Coast in January, that's for sure.
Yeah, I been seeing some of the weather reports, and although I was a little gloomy at the beginning of the month after seeing some of those weather reports, I don't know if it was just seeing those weather reports or getting a little bit more settled after the move, but my stress levels have definitely gone down a little bit.
Yeah, it's the kind of weather where you really can't not have anything on your hands for a couple minutes without feeling it. This afternoon when I got done with my run, I was walked out of the house and I was trying to see your way in. I was trying to open one of the windows, and the window, or the storm window, was frozen, and it broke, and I had my gloves off because I was trying to get the window up, and my glove was making it slide, and I caught myself, and I didn't even realize it because it was just my hands were so numb.
That's not good.
Yeah, it was just a little bigger cup, but I was like, oh, I could have just sliced my finger off, and I didn't even realize it.
Oh man, yeah, I'm glad to have gotten over the January slump here and feeling a little bit more at ease. I think maybe the cold weather had gotten me down here, but I think you would kill right now for a 47-degree day, and it was just totally bumming me out. So I'm stoked to kind of be coming home, but after I've seen the weather reports, I'm a little nervous, but it'll be good to come home in a couple weeks.
Yeah, stoked to see you. So I see you tell people about your running this weekend. So I did pretty well this weekend.
Yeah, it was a good day. I was a little apprehensive heading into the race, especially the week before and the week of. I kind of cut back, the training after the Dipsy, just kind of recovering and focusing on getting stronger again and rebuilding. So the mileage, hasn't been up, and the long runs have been kind of about 90 minutes, hour and 40 minutes. So, I still kind of had that Dipsy race mindset, thinking of it as an A race, and I had to just kind of remind myself that it wasn't an A race, and I just needed to go out and enjoy it and, run as comfortable as I can and just not worry really too much about being in a race, but just use it as an opportunity to log some miles and practice, hydration and fueling. So, yeah, it was good. I felt pretty relaxed and pretty comfortable through the first half. And then, the plan was after the half at the turnaround, if I was feeling good, just to, still try to run comfortable, but run as comfortably fast as possible. So I started off, after the first half mile or so, I was in 8th, and then by the time I got to the turnaround, I was, in 3rd or 4th, running with Cam's brother. So from there, I just decided I put the headphones in and started jamming some beats and rocking some tunes, and felt pretty good to push that last 13 miles. We got to the last aid station. Last aid station was at about 5 miles to go, and it's at the base of the climb. And when we got there, the guys at the aid station are some guys that I train with, and they said, "Oh man, second place looks like he's hurting. He's only about 3-4 minutes up on you. You guys could probably get him. You look good." And Darren was like, "Oh man, fuck that. We're getting him. We're getting him. I know you wanted to, not go too hard." He's like, "But we're getting him." So with that, I turned up the iPod and shot a glass of Coke and took off, and that was the last time I saw Darren.
Word. In case you don't follow StopMe Project or your website, what was the name of the race? What was the distance? What place did you get?
It was the San Diego Trail Marathon, and it was in Escondido, California, and I finished 3rd overall. I ran 3 hours and 15 minutes and 47 seconds.
Nice. And for those who don't know, Cam is the guy that you train, does running a lot. How did he wind up doing?
Cam was 8th overall, and his time was like 3 hours and 35 minutes, I believe.
Nice. How do you feel about that?
I think he was pumped. He had been away. He went to Hawaii for like 3 weeks. So the training was, wasn't as consistent or as intense as it was, leading into some of those races we did in the fall. But, I think all in all, if you can run a race like that and, finish in the top 10, you can still be pretty stoked. It's only his 3rd race ever, so he's run 3 races and he's finished in the top 10 in all 3. So he was pretty pumped, but, hungry for more.
Nice. Sounds good.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was good. I was pleasantly surprised with my time. I wasn't really expecting to run that fast. I wasn't really in that sort of a mindset at the start, but you know how it is. Once the gun goes off or the whistle blows, that switch kind of flips and you go into competition mode, and it all kind of comes back to you like you're riding a bike.
Yeah, we got that trigger in the back of our head for sure. There's plenty of times that chicks say like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna roll easy," and if dude does something, next thing I know, I'm on top of that mountain and I'm doing Nick Diaz in my head.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I don't know if it's just something we've been doing for so long. It's just ingrained that even at times when you try to convince yourself otherwise, that you're just going to take it easy. Once the switch is flipped and the bandana goes on, it's all over.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So, what you got school starting tomorrow, right?
Yeah, school starting tomorrow. I have one Thursday class, and I have class on Saturday. I have like a lecture and a lab for bio on Saturday. I'm pretty stoked about that. I also have a job interview tomorrow for a warehouse in Lakewood. So I went to like an OCC career counseling thing, and they told us about like job postings on their website. So I went on their website and I saw, and I sent my resume to a place like only today. So see how that goes.
What kind of warehouse is it?
I'm not sure. I think they like make like if you have a company and you wanna like put stuff like shirt or pens or stuff. I think that kind of company. It's called like Image Builder or something. It wasn't the website itself is really vague, but it just figured better sit home all day and get the lady off my case, not get a job. I mean, I've worked pretty steady for the past couple of years, and now the first time in a while I haven't had a job, and it seems like every day she comes home and just busting my balls, and it's like, I'm gonna get a job. I feel like I'm not gonna get a job, and I'm living on my savings. I don't know what you want from me, So having that back every day is not helpful, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't miss at all. But I've had some decent conversations with her lately. She hasn't got me too riled up, so whatever you're doing to her, it's working, at least for me.
Right. I went for a walk with her on Monday to share off because of Martin Luther King Day. And I don't know what it is. It's just the nature of her, because she trains for the Disney half marathon, for one race she does every year, and she always has to start to out fat. But dude, she starts like, every time we go for a walk, the first like 3 miles, I just want to donkey punch her, because she starts off like at like 8-minute walking pace, miles, and it's like, really? And then like she slows down, and it's like, now I'm warm and ready to go. So like the whole time I just have to like constantly like say mantras to myself and control my breathing, because not only she walks at an uncomfortably fast pace, but she's like talking gibber jabs that I don't want to hear. So like the whole time I think it's just like a test of where I'm at as a person and how I can control myself and stuff like that. So it's good.
How far did you go for a walk?
We went about 7.5. She wanted to do 9, and then I was like in a turn, and I said, oh no, we'll go. And then we were walking like 800 meters more, and she said, oh, I don't want to miss the inauguration. So I'm like, no, I mean, I came for this walk for you, so let's go. And she said, no, I don't want to miss the inauguration. So I don't know what that was about, but we went about 7.5 to the half Dalton loop. So that's always a nice walk.
Yeah.
Kind of a bummer that there's no boardwalk anymore.
Are they building any of that? Are they working on it?
I have been up on the beach running and stuff, and the only work that I see going on is like to the tiki bar and stuff like that, but I don't see anything going on the boardwalk. They still have like everything barricaded up, like when we went. But yeah. So do you have any races planned or anything coming up, or is your next one the one in July?
No, I've got I might do something. I'm running a electric run the first Saturday in February with all the ladies from the gym that I train. So that's kind of, it's not really a race. It's more like a fun run. I'm just doing it to get them doing something other than coming to the gym. So some of my favorite things: running, glow sticks, and dance music.
Oh yeah.
And then there's actually the Sunday after that, or not, the day after. There's a 10K up here in Encinitas, and then there's also a trail half marathon. So depending on if they decide they want to go out afterwards or not, I may go hop in a 10K or a half marathon. And then I was looking to see if there was anything the weekend that I was home, just to do something if I don't get to do one of those races. But I haven't been able to find anything. And then I don't have anything scheduled in March yet, but I got asked to be on a Ragnar relay team from Long Beach to San Diego. So I'm going to do that. That's April 20th. And then April 27th, I got invited to do a 60K in Indiana. So I'm probably going to go do that. And then in May, I have another marathon scheduled up in outside of LA. Nothing in June, and then the 20 and 24. So most of the stuff from now until then is just going to be focused on getting ready to suffer for 24 hours.
Yeah, I hear that.
Are you going to do anything before that, or are you just going to train?
I might do a mini ball pound in April. I think I may do kind of like a run a mile every hour and just keep walking for the full 24, just to get on my feet.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard because a lot of the races are on Saturdays. I have that Saturday class. So it's kind of hard. There's some half marathons that I've seen on Sundays that I might try to do one or two. Just kind of building that piece right now and just progressively logging the miles in and try to balance my kids' training and my running and messing around with kettlebells because I got that kettlebell cert coming up. So just trying to find that balance. Not losing it, but I got over 40 miles in last week, which is first for me in a long time, so I was pretty stoked about that.
There's that New Jersey Marathon is on a Sunday. I think that's in the beginning of May. Look into that.
I saw that. The only thing about that one is after you get it, I don't know if I want to risk it.
Well, it's a different course now. It's just one loop, so you don't have to worry about it.
Not so much the course as how hot it was.
Yeah, but you know what? It's going to be hot in Philadelphia in July.
That is true. That is something to keep in mind. Definitely something to keep in mind to train for. I got 15 in last week, and I don't know if it's considered just awesome or what, but I ran 13 the week before, and that 15 felt a hell of a lot harder.
Yeah, it's, you got the energy of the race, you got the music, the crowd. It's just, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I kind of like using some of those races as hard training runs, just because you're going to get a little bit more out of yourself than if you're trying to do it by yourself. You just get all those factors involved, and you can just get a little bit more effort out of it. So definitely rocking, running through Magic Kingdom and all that stuff, it definitely makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, Mommy was talking about how the sign-up is in March, and I definitely think I'm going to do the Goofy again.
Yeah, I was, when I realized that it was the 20th anniversary of that race, I was a little disappointed that I didn't even, consider doing the Goofy or anything like that.
Yeah, I think just a race like that, it's like when you sign up for it, you're definitely at a totally different place than where you'll be where it comes up within mindset and stuff like that. And that's always kind of been my problem. They ask me, I'm not really into it, and then when I'm down there or whatever, it's like, oh, my friends want to do it. So, I don't know, I definitely like running down there, and I look into it. I know we talked about it on the last podcast. That half marathon in Disneyland is the last week of August, first week of September. So, if you are in California, I'm definitely going to do that.
Yeah, I got an email for that yesterday from like Active or something. Just popped up on my radar again, so I'd probably be down to do that. I got that. I'll be home in the middle of August for that camp again, and then I'm really strongly considering trying to go to Colorado for a bit to train for that race at the end of September. So maybe that would be a way to close it out in Cali and then head off to Colorado for a bit to train.
That would be sick. Sick.
But I was talking to Cam yesterday. He went up there Monday for his daughter's birthday, and everyone I talked to that's been to both places say that the one out here just doesn't even really compare.
That's pretty crazy just to think of that, and then now you have some sick trails to run on, and not just the one that I ran on with you there, but a lot thicker and heavier than anything we got here.
No, I'm talking about Disneyland versus Disney World.
Oh, which one doesn't compare?
The one out here at Disneyland.
Doesn't compare, he said?
Nah, they say that like Disney World is just on a whole another level.
I was watching a video of it, and I guess they try to add in some of the town and stuff. I know they run through Angel Stadium and stuff. So it could be pretty cool. What'd you think of that Warren Hill video I sent you?
What's up?
What'd you think of that Warren Hill video I sent you?
Oh, it was pretty good. I didn't listen to the podcast that you were talking about, so I didn't know what they were referring to when you sent it to me, but yeah, powerful Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, if you check out StopMe Project.com, I posted it yesterday. Ari Shafir was talking about it on his podcast with Matt Hansen, and it was just like, we get to these points in our lives where we like think that we got it all down and we have all the answers and stuff, and other people, you know, we don't know what other people are going through or whatnot, so it's not like we can change them, and they're not going to change to what we think. Is I think me and you both know that within a second, when you think we're at a peak, and the next thing you know, you're in a valley. But it's just like, just instead of like, as Lauryn Hill was saying, instead of praying to God for people to understand you, just, you know, ask to understand people better, instead of trying to have everything kind of work into your world, kind of just try to expand it, be open to everything. I just thought it was an awesome video. I don't know if my words do justice.
No, that's good. She mentioned something else. I can't remember the word that she used, but she's kind of talking about, you know, surrounding yourself by the right people and not being around like those bad vibes, and you know how sometimes even you can be the bad vibe. You know, that was kind of fitting. You know, definitely find myself from time to time, you know, realizing that I'm the problem, or I'm the negative vibe, you know, and I gotta pick it back up and turn it around.
Yeah, like, I don't know about you, but I definitely find myself sometimes whether it be at kids or at home or whatever, people talking about food or whatnot, or then I get into, oh, you gotta do this, this, and it's like, well, yeah, that might work for me, or meditation might work for me, or whatever, but that's not, some people might not be at that spot in their life and might not want to hear that, so, to tell someone that you have it the right way and they should do it like you is definitely a bad vibe. You don't even realize that because you're trying to help, but you're so inward, you're not even realizing what you're putting outward.
Yeah, I've given up on trying to. I know we've talked about it before. If someone's not asking me about it, I'm not putting it out there. If people want to think that they're eating properly just because they bought something that says gluten-free on it, or because it says grass-fed, then that's all good. But unless someone's asking me for my specific help on nutrition or training, I just keep my opinions to myself. I know what works best for me, and my results speak for themselves, and people want my help, they can ask, but other than that, I just kind of listen these days.
Yeah, I'm at the same point in my life where, there was a period, I remember a couple of years back when I was playing around with paleo and stuff like that, and just preaching that, and kind of realizing that meat all the time isn't really good for anything, and you kind of need to have a balance, but I kind of figured that diet and stuff is like religion, and you say, if someone asks you, you're better off just keeping it to yourself.
Yeah, you don't want to talk about nutrition or training any more than you want to talk about politics or religion. It just turns into a heated argument sometimes, depending on who you're talking to.
Yeah, and sometimes you're not even trying to persuade anyone. You might just be trying to give your opinion, and your opinion pisses people off.
Yeah, did you happen to catch that picture I sent you yesterday with those dingbats doing those thrusters?
Yeah, that was absurd.
The best part about that is all the comments that follow that people post after they post something like that.
Just telling people what the picture was in case they...
So there's a picture of, it was two guys on a barbell with weights on it. I don't know how much the weight was, but then there was a girl hanging on the bar like it was a pig roast. And it was in a competition, an exercise competition. And apparently they weren't holding it overhead, they were actually doing thrusters with it.
What were some of the comments?
Some of them was like, simple things like, where's the quality control? Other people were like, yeah, this is why I stopped doing this. Couple people were like, I hate you for posting things like this. And then there was one comment that was kind of like positive, that like you can't take away from the fact that it's still doing good and it's still getting people fit and making them healthier and yada yada yada.
Was that on main site?
Drywall had posted it on Facebook. I don't know where he got the picture from.
Word. And it's funny because I've worked for people who would be stoked on putting something like that in their workouts.
Oh, absolutely. We've both know a few people that would be more than inclined to not only program something like that, but be stoked on it.
Yeah, for sure. So we are running down on time right now. We got about 30 seconds left.
Uh-oh. Talk fast. So, we'll be back next week. We try to do this weekly. Stay tuned for more. Keep following StopMeProject.com. Check out RunningWad.com. If you're looking for supplements, check out StrongerFasterHealthier.com. And if you purchase anything, Stop Me, all capital letters, will get you 10% off any and all purchases. Just remember that you have to hit enter before you click purchase. If you click purchase without hitting enter, you will not get the discount. That's Stop Me, all capitals, on StrongerFasterHealthier.com. I'm Rich. That's Jim. This is the Stop Me Project. We'll see you soon, folks. Have a good week. Peace.